Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Self Care with Daniela show. This week, we're going to be talking about how to unblock your habits, your thoughts, anything that's getting in the way of you stepping into the best version, your most version that is the happiest, that has the most potential, that has most confident, even the version of you that just feels a little lighter. Yeah, we are talking about hacks that you can do, life hacks, mental hacks, like kind of mind hacks that we can do to shift where you are, kind of trick ourselves so that we can get to where we want to go. We don't want it to be so hard, number one. Number two, we don't want it to take a long time. And we really want to meet ourselves where we are. I want to meet you exactly where you are, whether it's exhausted, whether you're tired, whether you're overwhelmed, whether you feel like you're not inspired. Like, those are all feelings that I've had before. And yeah, they're not fun, but I can tell you, if you have the right tools in your toolbox, and you take action, follow these steps, you can actually get some really great results done, like really great results in how you feel and how you're acting, because when you feel better, you do better. So, I'm going to give you some really good tips. I need you to get a piece of paper down because it's really simple, and I just need to simplify this every single day. Um, Before we get started, I really want you to give yourself a little air hug, a little pat on the back. Just be proud of where you are. First of all, whatever you've got going on, whatever situation you're in, I need you to just have an attitude of appreciation. I'm going to keep repeating this because the more that you jump on this train, the more that you understand that I appreciate even the tiniest things. The fact that I got up today, the fact that I could get from my job A to B, the fact that I have my Wi-Fi on so I can listen to this podcast, the fact that I could have my favorite cup of coffee, or maybe I'm lighting a candle because it makes me feel good. So I want you to get into an attitude of appreciation, of gratitude. You've made it through a whole week. This episode drops on Fridays. And so I mentioned we're going to be delivering twice a week, once on Fridays, once on Sundays. And I just want you to give yourself some compassion and some grace for how far you've made it this week. Okay, so start off with that. That was like the pregame, right? Everyone likes a good pre-funk. This is your pre-funk. Think of this as like a party. This is like your feel good Friday party, and over here we're about the pre-funk. You feel me? Because then, once you really go out, you're already feeling good, and you're like, fuck, this is about to be the best night ever. Okay, yes, that's the vibe that we want, but for your own well being, for your own self care, for your own physical vibe, mental vibe, like energy that you have going on. So, other than our pre funk, which is appreciating where we are, giving ourselves and our situations some self compassion, getting into now this is like the juice of it. Now we're like driving into on our way to that amazing restaurant, on our way to that amazing bar, coffee shop, wherever it is that we're going to, right? So now you're on your way. How do we get that? Like, now you're like really still kind of tired. Sometimes that will come up, or you're just like not in a good space. You're not letting go work. You're not letting go the way your kids have been acting. You're not letting go the way maybe your house is, or something that's like cock blocking the way that you're feeling because you're like so much in your head as like what's happening and what's not going right. So we have to like almost flip the switch. And I want you to think of like literally like a light when you turn it on or off. It's like you gotta flick the switch, and it's all about being aware. When you go into a room and you're like, it's dark as shit in here, and obviously I can't do anything when it's dark, you have two automatic things that you go into. You either go find the light to flip the switch, or you go grab your phone so you can get the flashlight from your phone so that you can see, unless if you like to do things in the dark, which I understand sometimes I can. If there's like a little peak of light, I'll use that light. But anyways, back to what we're trying to do with this little bit of like instant awareness of like, okay, we're in a vibe of feeling kind of dark. Use that same light analogy, right? You're feeling kind of like, not light, not happy, not like joyful, not, and I'm not even like you have like rainbows coming out of your ass, but I'm talking like you're just like happy to be home with your kids. You're happy to be making a meal. You're happy to be taking your dog on a walk. Like I'm talking about those simple things. That's the kind of vibe instead of just like dragging ass and looking like Groundhog's Day every day. Like that's not the vibe we want. So, we have the awareness, we flip the switch, we figure out, okay, we need to make a change here. We need to make a little bit of action so that we can have better results. So it starts all sometimes if you can get ahead of it the night before, that's even better. That's where I feel like the true like sweet spot is when you get ahead of things the night before. But I understand not everyone is at a point where you even have the mental capacity or mental energy to do anything the night before because you're already so tired. So after you've gone to bed and go to bed early, get off your phone early, get off your phone 2 hours before you go to bed. Like, literally pick up a damn book. You've been wanting to read a book, pick up that book and just start reading. And if you can't get yourself to read, start writing. If you need journal prompts, stop what you're doing, scroll down into the show notes, sign up for my Raise Your Vibes weekly newsletter. And that newsletter, I've made a shift this year. Not only am I including a weekly affirmation that you can use to kind of keep you grounded. But I'm including weekly journal prompts to help with giving you some good guidance on what to journal. And you can get a piece of paper, you can get the journal that I suggest, and in my email is direct prompts that I've created that I've used for many years because oh my gosh, the belief and the benefit and the conviction and the clarity that happens from journaling is insane. So if you're putting it off, don't put it off. Start doing it today or like 10 years ago. Just kidding. We're not going there. We're going forward. So, okay, at night, head it early. It starts the night before. It starts with you realizing tomorrow I'm gonna focus on um, making sure my house is clean. Tomorrow, I'm going to focus on scheduling my appointments. Tomorrow, I'm going to focus on taking a shower first thing, getting ready, doing a 5-minute meditation. Boom, boom, boom. Now you feel good. Now you got your mindset right. Now you're ready to take on the day. Do you see how I just shifted things? So, a little thirsty. Um, but now that we've started the night before, and if we can't get there, that's okay. After a great night's sleep, once you wake up, right away, I need you to start priming. This is like the best thing that you can do. You have to prime your main area that you're around for it to feel good. You need to get it together. You need to prep it and prime it. And yes, when you prep and prime things, your fingers have to get ugly and dirty and sticky, and you get seasonings on it. And sometimes you have to wash your hands. That's just what happens. For example, we spend a lot of time in our living room, in our kitchen, I live in a 3-story condo, and so our middle floor is like our living room, our kitchen, and our dining room. It's all in one, it's one floor, and then our top floor is our bedrooms, right? So on that main floor, that's where a lot of action can happen. And when I mean action, I mean like clutter. I mean like shit everywhere. I mean like piles. I mean like ugly. I mean like not cute, not the vibe we want to be around. I'm not perfect. I've literally have had that. Just had it a few days ago. I'm clearing through it like as we speak. It doesn't happen all in a day, and I need you to remind yourself that. Don't burn yourself out so you try to force your ass to get it all done in a day because again, that's not the vibe that we're going for here. So, I want you to remember, put a timer on your phone. You guys think I'm lying about these timers, but put a timer. Pull up your phone. I love to start off with a good 25 minutes because you can get a lot done in 25 minutes. Now, if you only have 10 minutes and you're like, okay, I got to take my kid to school in 10 minutes. I've got to have an appointment in 10 minutes. I got to get to work in 10 minutes. Well, instead of scrolling on social media, instead of watching TV, the news, instead of like talking, not even, I'm not talking like, you know, putting good things out there, but when you're like almost talking bad about people with other people, like if you're getting into that state and just like being unhealthy, getting on the phone and being like chatty Cathy and not in a good way, well, this is a really good time to just say, okay, what do I want to use my time? My time is precious, my energy is precious. What do I want to use that towards? And I know that when I come home, or I know that, when I get back from taking the dog on a walk or later throughout the day, I want my area to feel good. So you got to start prepping it right away. Get into action. This is the year. If you want anything, you got to fucking go after it. Don't come to me and tell me that I didn't tell you what to do because I'm giving it to you simple and solid. The thing is that you have to actually do it. I'm not gonna unless if we've got a shit ton of money to hire people to do all these things for us. Uh, we just got to stop complaining and be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. It's a vibe. We're not complaining. Over here, the way that we get things done is we move. Just like I teach you all the time, you gotta self-care your ass. You physically have to do things for yourself to feel better. That's what I'm trying to teach you. But the thing is, it's not all just in facials and nails and pedicures and massages. It's not all in all that fluffy stuff, which, by the way, can truly help you, but that becomes a cherry on top when the foundation is already strong, when you're already a golden girl living in a golden world. And if you don't know what that means, I need you to go check out my TikTok and I break it down more over there. Okay, back to what we're saying. You need to spend a little bit of time, get your priorities right. This is your reminder. You know exactly what it is that you want to do. It's about getting up and going after it every single day and creating a vibe along the way. It doesn't have to be hard, it doesn't have to be like you're fucking climbing a damn rock mountain. Like, no, that's not what we're doing. It's like actually when we're dancing and flowing and it feels good. Like, we want that. Okay. So when you're prepping your area, be quick, be efficient. We're not aiming for perfection. We're just aiming to get the damn thing done. Little by little, you can chip away at it. When you have more time, keep going. Sometimes also if you feel like you're just when you start cleaning, sometimes I like to clean for an hour. An hour is a long stretch. And yes, there's times where an hour will go by so fast. There's other times where that doesn't happen. And so after 25 minutes, I have to like take a break. Okay, switch gears. Maybe I'm going on a walk. Maybe I'm going to go get some water. Maybe I'm going to have a snack. Maybe, you have to listen, check your mind, check your body. What do you want? Maybe you need to now you need to pour some things in the bathroom and spread it out. I'm just giving you like cleaning stuff because I feel like this is the perfect time that everyone's putting away all their Christmas stuff. They're decluttering, they're resetting, they're revamping things so that it feels really good. And so cleaning is like the most visualization that I can give you, and I want you to visualize yourself doing it because that is going to be key to literally getting what you want. So, other than prepping and priming your area so that when you come into these spaces, they feel really good, you have to do that with, you break that down into personal goals, prepping that, which means what are the actions that what does that look like? What am I going to wear? Pulling that out the night before, prepping and priming yourself, whether it's, um, you're doing more of like a detox, right? Of like your own stuff. Okay. So, like, I'm prepping my kitchen and priming it by cleaning out all the bullshit, giving it to a local community, giving it to someone who wants it, who needs it, setting myself up by planning my meals so that I know what I'm cooking those days and I'm not like all over. That's what I mean by setting up your area so that it runs efficiently. Okay. And for this example, it's the matter of like getting up and going. So I want you to start the night before, pull out your clothes. If you have not pulled out your clothes, first thing in the morning, start with you. Get yourself ready, change your clothes, take a fucking shower, wash your face, change your clothes, get ready, and feel good. It's that simple. Okay. After, now you've taken some action, right? Now we're feeling kind of good. Now we've realized, okay, well, when I get up and I actually do the damn thing, now I've gotten momentum. I want you to use that momentum, okay? I want you to use that momentum to now slowly, don't rush yourself, slowly start going after the next most important thing on your list. And if it's your working hours, go after that. If you're at home and this is a cleaning day, go after that. And check your mind, check your energy levels. Where are you? Don't be like, oh my God, I'm up here. Now I want to detox my whole closet. No, it's the middle of the day. That's more of like a 3-hour project, not a 25-minute project. Don't get so deep into it. Shift gears and find something in a small project so that way you can finish it from start to finish and not feel like you have all these unfinished projects. The goal is for you to gain momentum and feel good as you start checking things off your list because then it makes you feel good. And that's what getting ready does. Because when you wake up and first thing in the morning you get yourself ready, it's almost like, oh, okay, well now check, I have me done. Now what else can I do? That's what happens like, when you brush your teeth and you wash your face. Check, brush my teeth. Check, wash my face. But like go a step deeper, put on a cute outfit, make your bed. If you're not showering, shower. If you're not already going on a walk, go on a walk in the morning. Like these are all tiny things to instantly boost that like feel good vibe, that dopamine, that like energy that's going to make you want to go after the even more challenging things. Because these are just simple tasks, but there are going to be other tasks that you're not going to want to do. There are going to be tasks that are going to cause you maybe a little bit of a headache or just going to take more energy and that maybe are not going to get done in 25 minutes. And maybe they're not even going to get done in 3 hours. Maybe it's a whole 8-hour thing, like going to work and you're like, fuck, right now I'm dragging ass going to work. Well, how can we set ourselves up so that going to work is easier, lighter, funner, feels more like a vibe? It's getting yourself ready, being thankful that you have a job, prepping your home for when you come home, that it's a beautiful home to come home to. And you can just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm done with the day. Now it's my time to be a mom. Now it's my time to be a wife. Now it's my time to be a dog parent. Now it's my time to be a friend, a sister, a daughter, and pour into those things. Or now it's my time to like switch into like CEO role or work on your side business because that's what's important to you. Like whatever it is that you want to do, once you've already gotten yourself in that state of, okay, this is where I'm at. I've appreciated this. I'm appreciating this. I'm doing things to make myself feel good along the way. And I have tools in my toolbox box that when things do hit the fan, I know how to shift gears. And that's the last thing I want to leave you with is when things come up. Let's say your boss comes to you and they tell you something in a cunty mood, or you're around people at work and everyone's vibe is off, everyone's sad and everyone's stressed and a mess, and you're like, holy shit, man, like you guys are draining me. I get it. This can happen at the grocery store. This can happen with your partner. This can happen with your kids. This can happen at work. This can happen with your parents. This can happen with your sisters. This can happen with anybody. I understand you're not alone. You want to change things. You're coming to me for a reason because you know I've got tools in my toolbox to get this shit done. This is how you do it. When everybody around you has got so much shit going on, noise like no other, you tune it out. Get your AirPods, put that shit on. Get your headphones, put that shit on. Get your iPad, get YouTube. Maybe you are binge watching all of my shit. Good. Maybe you are binge watching Mel Robbins. She doesn't sponsor me, but shout out to Mel Robbins because she's been re-inspiring me with just making sure that I stay committed. Because there's been times I'm delivering you episodes 2 days a week. There's a whole other 5 other days where I'm like, I got my own shit coming up. And you best believe I'm pulling out every single person that I know makes me feel good. So I tune into them. And sometimes I'm streaming these people for hours. And the reason why is because I can either one, tune in and absorb everyone else's bullshit around me, or two, I could, with good conscious awareness, tune into something else that's going to raise my vibe, raise my energy, and shift my mood. Because what you focus on grows. And I'm choosing on having the best fucking year yet. I'm choosing on I'm choosing to step into the best version of me and sharing it with you. I'm choosing to want to show up consistently and regularly and not focus on all the drama and all the BS that's going on because it's going to be there regardless. So you have to get so specific. Some days it's going to be harder than others. Some days it's just going to keep coming up and you are going to get frustrated and shit's going to hit the fan. I get it. Sometimes we have rough days. I get it. But you have to take awareness and action to move towards it and go down the list. Go down the list of like, okay, I got YouTube. Maybe I put on a podcast that made me feel a little bit better. But now I need more. Find good music. Maybe you have like a 90s list that you go to. Send me a DM if you need me to send you some really great DJ mixes because I found some on YouTube and they've just been giving me a total vibe. Whether it's 5:30 in the morning, whether it's 5:30 at night, whether it's 11 p.m. Which, by the way, go to bed earlier if you have it because rest is so important. 7 hours is all you need. Okay. Anyways, the key is finding things that you tune into right away, and whether it's maybe it's a really funny, maybe it's one of your favorite shows. You got that in the background while you're cooking dinner. You got that in the background while you're like folding laundry or something. So be very specific with what you absorb. Do this with intention, with happiness. You don't need to get snobby and cunty. Like I said, go back to the very beginning of this, get into that attitude of appreciation. You literally cannot be pissed off and upset and grateful at the same time. So figure out which vibe you want. I know for a fact over here, I do not like being upset or pissed off because what happens throughout my body. I feel tired, I feel like exhausted, I feel stressed, I feel heavy. I don't like that. I feel unmotivated. I don't like that. I grew up with a lot of that. I grew up with like a lot of resistance like back and forth. And my number one job even this year is to really hone in on that craft even more and not do all this back and forth. No, I want like in a 7-day week and a 30-day month and a 365-day year. Like, why isn't it that like 95% of those days or even 99% of those days can be amazing? You can have little tiny things that happen along the way, but it really is your attitude on how you respond to it that really gets you through it. So let's do a quick recap. Get into the vibe of appreciation. Start the night before, right? And if you're not in the night before vibe, let's take that back and go into as soon as you get up, literally create a good, healthy space in everywhere that the main area. Start with the main area that you're in. Maybe it's you're spending a lot of time in the living room. Maybe it's the kitchen. That's a popular place because we're cooking, we're providing lunches, we've got teas, we've got dinners going. Like there's a lot happening in the kitchen. Put a little timer, get cracking in the kitchen. Okay. That didn't sound that great. But I want you to clean your kitchen, make it a vibe, start small, little by little. Maybe plan it on your planner to do a detox on your kitchen on the weekend when you got more time or whenever it is that you've got days off. Uh, After you've created a nice, beautiful, exciting vibe for you to come to, good. You've gotten yourself taken care of. Your area is good to go. Right now, you're like, okay, go on to my day. I'm doing my thing. Something comes up. Something comes up, or before something comes up, ride that feel good energy, that feel good vibe, and keep tuning into things that just keep raising your vibe. Just keep going up, keep going up. Whether it's music, whether it's podcasts, I mentioned many things. And if those things aren't, if media is not working, if something like um, is connected to like a digital thing, then maybe it's time for you to unplug and excuse me, I had to see. um, okay, so maybe it's time for you to unplug and it's time for you to read a book, journal, go on a walk, get active, do yoga, meditation. Maybe it's time for you to water your plants. Like there's so many things that you can do, right? But the key is to have literally things in your toolbox that just shift your mood and that instantly make you feel good. And you just keep riding on that. This is how you shift your mind because you could either just be stuck in that same thought, replaying it over and over again, um, and really just riding in that thought of how things are not working, or or you can choose to do something about it. You can choose to change it. You can choose to take some action. You can choose to want to live a life of a little bit less stress and a little bit more like happiness and clarity and like, attraction to the things that you want. You want your husband to be attracted to the amazing woman that you truly are, not the stressed and a mess version of you. Okay, well, it starts by you prioritizing the damn thing and getting it done. Starts with you, my darling. This is why I'm telling you, you self care your ass out of anything. And it's kind of like a mind fuck when you got a lot of dishes going on, your room's a mess, you got a lot of laundry everywhere, things at work are messed up or whatever, or not even messed up, they're just sticky and weird. Okay, so now I'm telling you about 5 things that are not going right. It almost makes you feel like counterintuitive, like, why would I want to take a shower and get ready? That doesn't even make any sense. I'm not going anywhere. I'm working from home, or I'm not going to impress anyone at work. Of course, we're going to tell ourselves that. This is where you have to remind yourself when you get ready, it what it does to your mind and your body is it gives you signals that you care about how you feel, not anyone else, how you feel. The benefit and the outer appearance that you see is she looks better. She's taken the time to get ready. She's put makeup. She's got an outfit that she feels good. Maybe her hair is done, right? So that's the result that you get by putting in the work. Kind of like when you go to the gym, right? You go to the gym every day. What happens when you go to the gym every day? You start to lose a little weight. You're uh, maybe you're starting to see a little ab line. Maybe you're starting to see a little leaner muscle. Okay, think of this as like this is your version of going to the gym, except you're not going to the gym. You're getting up and you're prioritizing yourself because now you have confidence, and this confidence is the same confidence that you're going to go into with the kitchen, the messes in the kitchen. The same confidence you're going to go into with problems that are coming up or that can come up at work, or same confidence that comes up with your kids. Maybe your kids got a lot of shit going on and they're acting a mess and they're giving you attitude or whatever, and they don't want to clean the room, all the things. Well, when mom's got their shit together and mom's feeling confident and maybe she's a little cool and collected, okay, mom can come to you and come with you with a good, healthy, happy headspace, and your kids and your partners and your um, people that you work with, they're going to respect that, and that energy is going to come back tenfold. So this is your reminder to just train your body, train your mind to get to the habit of prioritizing you, prioritizing, little bits at a time to make yourself and your areas feel really good. And sometimes that could be 10 minutes of cleaning up. Sometimes that could be um, getting ready for 10 minutes. Sometimes that could be journaling, meditating. The thing is there's no really right or wrong. You have to be willing to go after and try every single day. As long as you're trying, you're not doing anything wrong. As long as you're starting to a little bit feel good, a little bit by little bit by little bit by little bit, and I'm saying like tiny, like it could even be 2%. But you have to think of the snowball effect. Little bit by little bit adds up. If you haven't been to the snow lately, try creating a fucking snowball. You start off with a little bit and you get more and you compact it and compact it. Next thing you know, you're rolling this huge ass thing down the hill, and then you're like, wow, now I've got one ball. I want to create a snowman. And do you see how that is something that just raised your vibe by doing little by little? Okay, give yourself light, give yourself some grace. Okay, we can't get to where we want to go by feeling heavy and pressure and really upset at ourselves and shameful. You get there by appreciating. You get there by taking action. You get there by cleaning up your space and having a healthier vibe around what you're in every single day. Okay, like I mentioned, the last thing already is making sure that you've got things that you're tuning into, because it's really things are going to come up and you just have to retrain your mind to just maybe you're putting on music. Fuck it. Maybe you've got a great list that you're just like, this is my jam. I feel good. I can talk to people. Ride more of that. Soak into that energy. Borrow it from other people. And if you haven't been feeling good about what you've got on your calendar, if you haven't been feeling good about your day-to-day routine, if that's been feeling really heavy, get ahead and start planning it out. Okay, if you need help with that, stop what you're doing, scroll down in the show notes, get the Get Shit Done planner designed by me to really break down what you do on a day-to-day basis, but also there's a reward system built in there to help you make sure that you prioritize yourself along the way. And the really big key of that is because you want to give your body little nudges that, like, whether I got everything done on my list, I still did something to make myself feel good, and I can get up and try again. I have courage and conviction to get up and try again. And goes back to what I said in the beginning. Not everything happens all in a day anyways. So a lot of the times, if you're like me, which I guarantee you are, you're putting like a shit ton of things to do on your list. And that's probably a part of why you're not getting it all done in a day. So the more that you write it down, get out of your head. Now you got a plan. Now you know exactly what you need to do. There's no double questioning. What do I do this? Da, 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 da. When do I pick him the kid? When is the dentist? Da, 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 da. There's none of that because it simplifies it all for you. It puts it all right out there. Um, and it's a digital version, so it's eco-friendly. You can reuse it. You can download it if you want. I love using it on my iPad. It's probably the easiest way for me because I just like using my little pen to write things down on there, and I feel like I like the different colors. I mean, I realize you can do all of these things in person too, but I'm trying to save the paper over here. Anyways, I and also if you get this planner and you need a little bit of guidance, send me a DM. I might do a guided something to pair with this, but we're taking it one thing at a time over here. So, and PS, my friends, if you have not already shared any of these episodes on any of your social medias and tag me, please also stop what you're doing and do that. This is what helps grow the show. This is what helps let all the women out there that got a lot of shit going on that they can self-care their ass out of anything too. Hello? We're trying to hit millions of women and men all over the world, wherever they are, in the comfort of their home, whatever time zone they are, whatever race they are, whatever whatever it is that they've got going on. At the bottom line of it, if you feel sticky and a mess, there's something you can do about it. And what they need to be doing is binge watching all of my episodes so they can learn how to self-care their ass out of anything. Now, go take some action. Don't think about it. Just do the damn thing. What's the worst that can happen? Buck it at this point, my darling. I'm sending you so much love and light. I will see you on Sunday. And if you have not already, go follow me on TikTok, on Instagram. That's where I'm dropping all the goods. And I'm going to give you a little PS. Yes. PS. I'm dropping some amazing essential tools that you can have to pair with resetting your vibe at home. Just giving you a PS. And that will be on TikTok. Ciao, ciao, my darlings. I will see you on Sunday for your Self Care Sunday reset.